Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. And welcome to the 4-4 portal, you guys. Welcome in. Okay, so please make sure that you're familiar with my legal disclaimer. It is this top portion. But by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling, okay? And I'm reminding everybody that's watching about my personal human rights. Attempting to persecute me in any form or fashion for what I channel from God and the Holy Spirit is a violation against this contract and the First Amendment, which is the freedom of speech. Any attempt to silence me will be followed up with by the Most High God. Treat others how you want to be treated. Do not shoot the messenger and do not harm the prophets of God. All right, now we're going to do the prayer. So I call upon the Most High, and I ask that the archangels, the ascended masters, and any other ascended beings, spirit guides, star seed family, light worker family, divine beings, the Holy Spirit, that they all come to us right now, to where you are, to where I am. And I ask that they block out any evil or any negative. Thank you, Jesus. Any negative or any evil, and return that all back to the sender, and stop anybody from trying to negatively jump into this portal and access the higher realms, because that's basically what is happening today. So we are at the foot. And then I also ask for the armor of God, okay, for my mission and work here on earth. And I call in my own safety and protection, and I call in the safety and protection that you have as well. Okay, calling in positive energy. All right. Yes, I do. I am here often. So let's check out and see what portals are opening. I know that it's like a huge expansion at this time. So let's see. Birth. Yeah, we're giving birth to a new world, basically. This is definitely a new earth. And this is a great thing because the old earth was, just so stuck in the matrix, I feel like. A new world, you guys, no joke. Literally birthing a new world. That's what we're doing with this portal. And you know that when women get pregnant and they have a baby, they are a portal for bringing that child into this world, right? So I was literally saying that, and then I pulled the card, and I've only used this deck one time. I don't know what all of them say. So birthing a new world. Yes, absolutely. A more perfect one, just one that has less crime in it, I feel. The realm of the Fae. So there is definitely a fairy portal that is opening to the realm of the Fae. And maybe that could be, the energy I was just picking up on. There was these things that are in the trees. Maybe they're fairy-like. I'm not for sure. But I just know that they've been there forever. Been there just forever. But yeah. So the realm of the Fae is opening up. That could be partially why this new world is going to shift so great. And then trust. I love that. I love that. Trusting that this is part of the plan is what I'm getting. And that, yes, it is an end of this old world. It's an end of this old cycle. Trusting that this is the process of transformation. See, it's like old portals have to close for new ones to open. And you could look at it as like a cycle, but because everything is based on a psychic, it's based on a cycle, basically. Because we have the moon cycle, the sun cycle, that's just how we look at everything. But I am getting that this is a new era, right? And this is a new era where the spiritual realm, the fairy realm, is going to be more interconnected with the earth. So we're going to be seeing a lot of more little people walking around, a lot of fairies, and that type of, fourth and fifth dimensional energy. Mainly fourth dimensional energy, but I feel like it's merging with the third. Transformation. This is a huge transformation for us at this time. And this is, I don't know what the hell that is, actually, that picture, but it could be maybe a caterpillar. I don't know. But yeah, this is definitely a huge transformation. That's what endings are, is they're a transformation. So this is like the end of the old era, the old time, the Kali Yuga, basically. This is beginning a new era of peace. And that's how the world's going to transform. Like I said, it's going to be more peace, not as much crime, not as much negativity. Graduating Earth School. Yes, you are graduating Earth School. You guys are ascending at this time. You guys are getting the correct intuitive information to lead you to where you need to be. You guys are very tapped in at this time. And I feel like a lot of you do have a connection to this fairy realm that is very, very protective of you. That's why they want you to trust that the ending of this old world and the way things were is actually a positive transformation that's going to bring, it's in general, it's going to bring about peace and people graduating. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. 1,000 angels is, oh, that's a lot of angels. When we know what one angel could do. And this graduating Earth School is what I would call it. This could feel a little bit like the unknown. You know what I mean? Because endings, it's like, well, what's going to happen? Well, there's going to be a massive shift. There's a portal that's opening. There's going to be a massive shift. We don't need to be afraid of the unknown. That's why that trust is there. You saw green light angels this morning. Wow. That's awesome. Those are probably associated with Archangel Raphael. Very healing energy, probably protecting your heart chakra. Underwater realm. I do feel like that a lot of the UFOs and UAPs are coming from this underwater realm. And this has to do with just the fact that we don't know what's in our oceans. We don't know what's in this underwater realm. Like I do, but the world doesn't. They won't acknowledge it. Even though there's underwater bases, basically, right? There's literally underwater entire ass alien and mermaid and siren bases and stuff. And the fallen angels, they have stuff in the sea. There's UFOs in the sea. There's all sorts of weird shit in the sea. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, about the water. I do feel like that it's not just one ocean or sea. This is like there's underwater realms that we're walking on top of as we're interacting in some lakes and some rivers and stuff like that. There's actual cities and shit that is underneath that you would never know because we're only seeing the third dimensional realm of it. Imagination, yeah, kind of like us not knowing what's in the sea. And again, we know not even 2% of what's in the ocean, which there's this one fear, and it's fear of big objects that are like have been left, like the Titanic, to say one. Some people have a fear of big objects that have been sunken or they've been carved underwater or whatever, been left there. That's like this imagination energy. We can only imagine. And I see how she's doing a painting, but she's right there looking at the ocean. She's literally I'm seeing her imagine what is in that underwater realm. Enter. Yeah. Enter. So we are entering into a new eon. We're also entering into a new earth. That portal right there is beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I also feel like whatever's like I know that the mermaids and different types of mermaids have been coming up and climbing on top of like submarines and shit like that to get our attention. I know that they've been doing that stuff. Because there was something going on in the ocean that wasn't good. Rebirth. Yeah, our planet is going through a rebirth right now. Literally, we started with birth. So our planet is literally going through a rebirth. And that means each and every one of us, we're connected into the planet in different ways and different access points and through our chakras. But we're also experiencing this rebirth energy, which is a new energy. It's very full of life. It's very full of freedom as well. Yeah, commitment. I'm pretty sure that I don't know what this picture is about, if this is a lesbian marriage, but this is about commitment. I feel like that this planet is committed to this. We're also committed to this divine life purpose. I'm not even getting a religious commitment or a romantic commitment with that. I am literally getting us as humans being committed to the evolution, to going through this process. Like we've agreed before coming to this, you know, wow, really? Oh my gosh. Sounds probably recorded in the ocean. That's freaky. Um, but we're committed to this, going through this change with the earth. You see, the earth is going through a rebirth, but we, if we want to stay on this planet, we have to go through a rebirth. So we're going to see a lot of people falling away from things that they were committed to. Yeah, this is definitely a voyage that we're taking. And it's riding the ascension wave basically that's coming through. Seclusion. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are going to be secluding themselves at this time, and there are a lot of people who are going to be falling away, and it's just a reassessment of energy, you know. This earth has been kind of secluded from outer space in a way that we haven't had visitors recently coming down and making themselves known to us, you know what I mean? Ascend. This is exactly what I was just saying. Our planet is going through an ascension, and part of us being able to ascend, ride that ascension wave with this planet, is going through a rebirth. It's very important, just very important that we allow ourselves to transform. The past. Once we let go of the past, and again, we have not recorded the past accurately. See how this is the past about an underwater realm? That's all underwater. Seaweed and stuff. I mean, the images on these cards, it's like, what? Oh my God. And then, yeah, in the past, our planet was they did descend. So again, there was two major descensions. Okay. There was the time of the Lumerians where the planet was a seventh dimensional. This earth was seventh dimensional. Then it went down to being fifth dimensional. Then at the time of Atlantis, it went from fifth dimensional to being third dimensional. So our planet, we are ascending because in our past we did descend. So it's it's just a part of nature for this ascension to happen. If that makes sense. I think that this ascension is going to affect the multiverse. Adventure. It's creating a beautiful adventure for us to all go on, right? So we don't look at either as being negative, but I do feel like ascension is very positive. Presence. We are opening that portal to presence, and the Most High is stepping through. And that's a powerful, powerful energy that cannot be beaten. Mastery. We're learning how to master ourselves, master our emotions, and master our energy. And that's the most important thing, because like when we can master our energy and master ourselves, then nobody can cause us to feel a type of way. Nobody can control us, basically. Sunrise. You know, there may be an energy that occurs at sunrise, and that could have happened this morning. I don't know if you guys had a hard morning or an easy morning, but this sunrise energy could tell about where you are on the ascension scale, how you are feeling. Victory. This is definitely, you know, the sun coming up again. This is victory. Absolutely victory. And this is the way that we're going to exit the matrix. This is where this victory, I feel like the human race is winning the planet back over from whatever these creatures were that were ruling it. And so now we have a way to exit the matrix. And this is going to bring us freedom. Absolute freedom. This is a choice that we've made individually and collectively as a human race. So as an individual, we've chosen to go through this process. As a human race, we've chosen to go through this process. So it's all aligning perfectly. And this is, you know, what we wanted for the future. Wow. I like how the screen just aligned. That was crazy. But this is like all aligning for the future. Literally. We planned this for the future in the past. And so this is going to affect the future of all worlds. And this is going to be a return of that Christ consciousness, that a return of that golden age energy, a true golden age, right? Where this oneness is acceptable to all, and all people can access it, and all people are a part of it, and a portal is opening to it. Okay, this return of oneness of Christ consciousness to this planet. This is such a beautiful reading, you guys. I love it. Initiation. This oneness is an initiation into the higher realms, and it's initiation in back into the natural state of being, which is one with everything. And the celestial realm, which we have thought that we've been cut off from, but we have not. We're getting an initiation from the celestial realm. And initiatory processes will put you through some type of, depending on what the initiation is, it puts you through a trial or a tribulation, but you always end up better. And so this is this world's getting a lot of angelic assistance. There may be another shift that occurs at sunset. It would be interesting to watch how you feel at both sunrise and sunset, because you'll be able to realign your energy with the sun. Everything is a cycle. You know what I mean? This is going to be a huge celebration for this planet and for everything that lives on it, not just the people, but the supernatural creatures, the extraterrestrial, well, what we would consider extraterrestrial beings, the ones that live in the water. This is going to be a celebration for everybody on the earth, right? And including the underworld, including everybody in the underworld gets to also celebrate with us, which is dope, because I love the underworld. I actually like dead people quite a bit. But yeah, definitely I rule my own underworld realm. This is going to be this planet going through this ascension is going to be a huge celebration for the underworld. And again, there may be something landing. This is like a dragon person, but I'm just getting like UFO landing or something like that. Other world. Yeah, something from an other world maybe landing on this planet. That's wild. This is going to awaken a lot of people to the truth of reality. Whatever this otherworldly being is. Yeah. And it's moving us beyond fear to a place of total, like, I just think that this person's like in the dream state, astral traveling. So yeah, we are awakening beyond fear and beyond the limitations that fear has brought upon our lives. What I just say about dreaming, the land of the dreams. Okay, we're making our dreams a reality and manifesting this portal. This is what's happening in the multiverse. People are waking up through their dreams. Okay, so like there's part of the Sandman, a great show if you guys haven't watched it. It's the first season. There's like a cartoon part where these cats talk about dreaming, and they're like, and so basically they portray a world where cats were bigger than humans, and cats were the ones in charge, and the humans were like, would spend all day just petting the cats, and the cats would eat them. Okay, so anyways, the cats were basically ruling. Then the humans started to begin to dream, and they began to dream themselves as being beyond fear, being bigger than these cats. So all of a sudden in the real world, the cats start to shrink and they become the size that they are now. So in this cartoon, this cat is traveling around to all these other cats, trying to get them to actively try to dream that they're back in charge, so that the cats could become, and basically would manifest the cats being in charge again in the dream realm, right? So that's what I'm getting, that type of theme, but for people, that we're all coming together collectively. We're having a collective dream that no magic can stop this shit. I'm serious. I mean, it is magic. Dreams are magic. Olympus. Okay. This is literally, my dream was literally about this place. There is an elevator. I was talking about this in another reading about a dream I had. Okay. Which is interesting. The land of dreams, the multiverse, magic, and Olympus. And then we have independence. This is going to give us independence from whatever those beings were. That is wild, you guys. This is such a good reading. So positive. Oh my gosh. The way that these cards came out was just like so accurate, I feel. Yeah. I really feel like all of this is happening for a reason. This is all something we plan to be a part of. And so it's not negative. It's actually very positive. Even though it may seem a little bit like frightening to enter into a new world, but this is us individually using our dreams to collectively dream a world where we have broken out of this matrix, right? And a new world. We're birthing through our dreams. We are birthing this new world into creation, right? And so that's why I have been saying the past few days, Spirit's just been drumming it into me or whatever, but that dreams are so important. And that a lot of the times we'll just, in the dream, we'll be shown a message, but we'll think that it literally has to do with that dream, what that situation entails, but it's actually something much bigger. And I am definitely picking up that energy here, that it's actually something much bigger. So I feel like that's very positive. All of us coming together, having a collective dream of freedom is really, really good. Okay. I think I want to use the Panther Oracle. So we're going to see what else comes through the Panther Oracle. This is what you should expect from the changes that are coming. Because you're tapping into what we call your inner vision, right? Which is it's a vision within your third eye, basically. That's why you're seeing it within. It's not it is awakening you. It's a light, right? Yeah, if you can see things internally, that's a spiritual gift. That's being clairvoyant. And yes, it could come through as a warning, or it could just come through as enlightenment. Again, I guess a warning could be enlightenment about something. But yeah, if you're seeing things in the dream state or seeing them just when you close your eyes, that's inner vision. Yeah, if you see situations happening, absolutely. Absolutely. That's definitely how we all have clairsentience, which is clear feeling, right? Where we can tap in with our gut. But clairvoyance is what you're talking about. So readiness, preparation, prompt arrangement. Yeah, what you're seeing is to prepare you for the future. Like we're ready for this change to come in. And the thing is like it's happening on a collective level, so we don't have to force anything. We're already ready for it. You know what I mean? Mind-boggling, I know. But look, what you're seeing is things that are about your fate. I mean, this is getting a psychic vision. It's interpreting horoscope, it's interpreting the stars. Yeah, you're waking up and realizing that you have powers. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people all of a sudden have supernatural powers after that whatever that artifact was in the last reading is destroyed. And trust me, it's going to fall into it. Whatever God did to it, it's changing the world. Like, let's just say that. This coincidence, fatalism, and fortune telling. You may see things about other people's past, presence, and future. And so that's why having a pendulum or being able to do muscle testing to ask yourself, okay, what is this message about? What is this vision about? That's going to be really important so you can get yes and no answers from your higher self. And that way you can understand the stuff that you're seeing, a lot better, a lot more clearly. But yeah, you are ready for your destiny and your fate. You're absolutely prepared. And you have lived and learned in this old version of the earth, this old matrix. You've lived and learned. So experiencing training and development, you have developed in such a way that now you're ready to hold that light of God within you, okay, that you've always had, but again, it wasn't turned on. You guys had come into contact with some type of something, okay, that shut it off inside of you guys. And I'm feeling like this is just justice. Like that your fate being so positive is justice, equality, neutrality, and logic, right? There's going to be justice that comes of this. And the justice is that those beings that were draining people of their power and their energy, they can't do that shit anymore. And that's part of fate. That's part of us evolving. So they're going to be upset about that because they're going to shrivel up and possibly pass away if they don't evolve and change themselves. Adventure, explore, passion, and travel. Yeah, you guys are all on an adventure. Going on an adventure. Literally, though. And see how this guy's standing on top of a mountain? This is like you getting the higher perspective and getting a higher vision. So you're seeing things that have occurred in the 7th dimension, 6th dimension, 5th dimension. You know, you're getting flashes of that because it's also happening on some level in the 3rd dimension. And you guys are here to help enlighten other people to things going on in their reality that they are unable to see, right? Yes, absolutely. Perseverance, jumping over hurdles. Like these people, these beings, these entities, these supernatural things, not all of them are negative, but the ones that do put hurdles in front of you, you are persevering past this. Any challenge, endurance, and resolution, you're actually getting a resolve. Even though it may not look like what you originally planned, it still is for your highest and best good. Yeah, somebody like what you persevering is causing somebody to have an illness, okay? And I literally feel like these beings that are not going to have that object to power them up anymore, that they are going to fall very ill and most likely pass away. Because they won't be able to feed and it won't be able to do whatever it was they were doing. Disease, weakness, fragility. Also, I feel like whatever they tried to put on you, you have persevered through this. And so it's going back to them. Yeah, you have a gift, souvenir, promotion, and delight. You have a gift that God gave you a long time ago that you just don't remember to use. But it's like this situation is happening so that you can awaken to that gift and know that you are the gift, right? Yeah, you are. So when people have cried out for aid and mercy, you have actually been the answer to their prayers. Only these people do. And this is just like somebody trying to crucify you for something. And they don't even realize that when these people a lot like cried out to God and asked for aid, that God gave you to this world as a gift to be the aid for these people. And so they go and they attack the aid and the gift that God sent them. And that is a major backfire. They curse themselves. I'm telling you, this object, whatever the hell this is cursed. Okay. Hate, catastrophe, misfortune. These people are going to be experiencing cursed energy because they did that to themselves. By trying to persecute you, they curse themselves in the most literal sense. And this could have been somebody who's very lonely. Like this person says loneliness. They're sitting on a hospital bed with some dialysis fucking machine or some shit looking out the window. Okay. I never noticed that before. So these people literally are going to go into seclusion, dullness, disappointment, isolation. Better than you. I mean, there could be, they're cursed with loneliness already, but coach, advice, obedience, and knowledge. Yeah. See, you were coached by God in something on how to remove something, how to detach something, how to enter into your fate. You still have that God being a coach to you. These entities don't have anything divine to look to. They can't go within and find a light and then access the divine because they're not human beings. Okay. And I'm not saying, just because they look like human beings means that they shapeshifted into most likely stole somebody's body, unalived them, and shapeshifted into them and then took their name or whatever. Like that's the type of energy. They're going to be in major conflict with one another because all of them are going to be thinking that it was another one of their kind that did something to take their powers away, right? Difference, disputation, and quarrel. I bet the werewolves will be blaming the vampires will be blaming the werewolves, and then everybody will be blaming the witches. And this literally has to do with something so much bigger than that dumb shit. Like this has to do with something so much bigger. These beings are going to enter into confinement. They took some type of horrible vow. Wish, hope, and worship. Whatever they were worshiping is going to have them in confinement completely. Profession, expertise, ominous, and talent. So again, whatever this profession is that these people do, they made some type of vow, and they're going to be in trouble for not following that vow. I don't know if this is a dark vow or what the hell this is, but yeah, this is somebody that they may end up just passing. Commitment, binding, obstruction, and contract. Yeah, their contract or their commitment, their contract with this world is over. Their rite, ceremony, mystery, and magic that they've been doing to steal from people, also over. That's basically why they're cursed, because they keep doing this dumb shit to steal people's energy. Yeah. These entities do not have a family like you do. You have a family, or you're going to have a family. And God's going to guide you towards these people, right? That are for your highest and best good. And you're going to be guided out of this disturbance. Protest, literally, these people may be jealous of your profession. They may have taken a vow to persecute you because of your profession. They're protesting to your existence. It's not any more than that. They don't think that these people are following you from another life. They don't think that you should be allowed to be alive. And that's insane. Why would these people, if you shouldn't be allowed to be alive, then why should they be allowed to be alive? It says inadequately sue and attention. These people may try to sue you. They feel inadequate. They may be they may be attention seekers. Like I said, this person could already be dying. For sure. When this person dies, you're going to feel so, or these people or these entities, you're going to feel so much relief. And I feel like this is happening maybe now. They might actually, this death might be happening now. Collaboration, yeah, backup, unity, enhancement. These people collaborated against you with others, and that was a mistake. All of the people in this collaboration are going to be protesting to you being able to live your life and have a family, have your gifts, and get justice, basically. This is because your origin comes from the Most High. That's why they'll never be able to beat you. These people are stubborn. These entities are stubborn. They don't want to hear this shit. They don't want to know that the world is changing. They definitely want to access people's 4/4 portal energy. They really do. Like I said, God's not going to let anybody through if these beings are with anybody. And that's why God's doing what God is doing to them. Gain. This is all about everything that these entities have done to the human race has been to gain some shit, right? But that's more of your energy. You're going to be gaining something. You're going to be gaining something back that you didn't know you lost because of this thing. Like, I literally don't know what it is, but maybe it'll come out. Yeah, remain calm, inner peace, simplicity, and meditation. When you're dealing with people that want to just trigger you, that's the best thing to do is to remain calm. Libation. Yeah. So the next thing that these idiots are going to do once they realize that they have no more power is they're going to go and make a spiritual libation to like the ancestors or to the spiritual realm. And that is going to be donation, pray, religion, whatever dark shit they practice is going to be rejected by the spiritual realm. So if they make like it basically it is haters, but you have no idea that these haters are not even people. Schedule, management, plan, and organize. They're going to plan this libation, this ritualistic offering or whatever, and they're going to make a sacrifice probably with a person. And they're probably going to sacrifice a person, and then they're going to find out that even that shit is not working anymore, that the world has actually really changed, and that type of system is no longer allowed. This is a promise that's coming from God. God is promising you a better future, and God's also promising you aid, that when you need aid, that you will get it, and is promising you gain. Wow, the screen, I don't know what that is, what flies in here. Sweet dreams. Again, how important this, you could get downloads about this in your dreams: satisfaction, comfort, and lazy day. So you could be called to just relax and rest, because you could be, in the future, you're obviously going to be moving. I know that. So like, it would be good to rest as much as you can now. Don't party, just kind of chill and relax and save up your energy, build up your energy, so that when you move, it's not going to be like, I mean, moving is always taxing. I'm never going to tell you that moving is an easy thing, especially if you're moving across country, across city lines, any type of move. Even if you're moving 2 doors down from where you are now, it's still taking everything that you have and then transporting that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's going to be really good to pay attention to your dreams. This apology, guilt, confession, and forgiveness, whoever was coming against you, they're going to offer you some type of fake apology, or they might have to write you a letter of apology in the future. Again, you're not waiting around for these people to apologize. Just forgive yourself for the situation happening, and know that you're never going to pull that situation in again. Yeah, that's, again, we don't have to be prideful. You can always accept this person's apology, but just know that it's not real, that they're not apologizing because they know that they did something to you. They're only apologizing because they've been told to apologize, or they think that it's going to get this karmic monkey off their back, and it's not. They could apologize to you, they could repent, and they could most likely have to give you money. They could even pay a penance, like a certain amount of money to you. And I'm telling you, it would not matter. You could forgive them, but God's not forgiving them for this, because they had some fucking idea to come for you. And that was very prideful, ignorant, and arrogant of them, and very hubris of them. Pride before the fall type energy, inspiration. And it's like, these people didn't just come for you like one person. They decided to get groups of motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So that's just like kind of unforgivable. Like, there's no reason in my mind, unless you're like a super spy, like like a reacher, I don't know, like something like a super spy, super soldier, or some shit like that. Why would anybody need a group of individuals to take out one person, Like, that does not make no sense to me. Okay, so obviously these people were being puppeted by a higher whatever, dictatorship, dominations, reluctance. They wanted to puppet you, and because you would not be their puppet, they decided that they needed to destroy you. And that's when they fucked. Well, they probably fucked up actually when they were trying to make you ill with whatever bully bullshit. These people were using psyops against you, bully tactics, just completely wretched. Embarrassment, gossip, unwillingness. They wanted to like put you through some hazing ritual. Like, no, fucking weirdos, man. Yeah, these people definitely had a goal. They had a major goal, right? But now that goal is forgotten. Their goal was to take away this eternal love that comes from God. And how in the hell were they going to do that? By causing a disturbance. They could cause a billion disturbances, but none of those disturbances will ever take away the love that God has promised you. They're frightened by God. These people are afraid of God, and they don't like people. They're depression, phobia, paranoid. You're a-okay because you have this eternal love, and you know that everything's going to be a-okay because you have this eternal love. These people are experiencing loss. They're overloaded. They're also experiencing a natural disaster. They could have a flood, their house could end up becoming flooded, right? They overindulged on your energy, and they're remembering now that and the entire time was wearing a mask, They wanted to make you homeless. Now this person's homeless. They focused so hard on making you homeless that now they're going to become homeless. And they're completely stressed out because they know that they're fucking dying. I'm not even kidding. They know that death is around the corner. And this person may end up self-harming, or they may let whatever this sickness is take them out. But whoever these people are to you, they're not all the part human. They're like something from the nightmare realm that's manifested. And they were told to stop, to take a pause, and, to leave you alone. And they did not listen to their intuition. This hesitation energy, they wanted you to hesitate when making choices so that you would make the wrong choice. But I don't feel like that's going to happen. That somebody was trying to get you in an accident. You're going to be getting some good news, you guys, about your alliance with God and how your self-love has brought you triumphant success. Okay. These people have to bribe people with this endorsement energy. That's part of their strategy, is to bribe people and to steal from them, to steal their savings, to steal their real estate, to steal their ability to imagine, and to take their ability to relax. Somebody wanted even your eyesight. They wanted a marriage that's coming to you. Now these people are in major withdrawal because they can't have access to your energy. They wanted you to accept them as a friend, but no, they were never a friend. That's only because they're furious about this luck that you have that's coming in. These people are pissed, or entities, whatever they are. They were unable to trap you. They've literally fallen into the trap that they set for you. They weren't able to get you in a third party situation. They weren't able to have a baby by you. They weren't able to get this evidence that they needed. And they've been daydreaming for a long time about how to come for you, right? Yeah, you're very introverted at times, and it's because of the stressors that other people have been putting on you. They want you to make some ridiculous compromise so that you'll stop this merit making that you do. And that's because because of your merit making, God has reserved a place for you in heaven. You are the blessing and you are a child of God. That's why you are protected by the Most High. So these people are they're not the same as you. Even though they look like they're humans, they're not humans. And now that they won't have this power, it's going to cause you to ascend. And they're going to be in the tower confirmation, whatever that was that just drove by. Okay, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I appreciate everybody who watches this video and who is here with me. It's exciting, good news. We're coming into a new aeon. So continue the good work, okay? Continue what you're doing. Continue the light work. Continue to call positivity in. Continue to clear your energy, okay? Continue to say your affirmations. What you're doing is working. Keeping these people out of your energy. You guys are going to succeed in such a great way, all right? Know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Until the next reading, peace be with you, okay? Pay attention to those signs, those visions, and the messages that you get in your dreams. All right, I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye.